Welcome everyone to part 1 of my new series. This series is going to be me playing through every single demo game that's included on each one of the 3 demo discs that are available. There is 3, and there's a crazy amount of games. Some of them are repeated, but some of them aren't. So there's quite a few, honestly. I would say definitely 30, maybe just under that. But we're going to be ranking each and every one in a separate part of this series. So right now, this is part 1, and we are going to be playing Superhot. This game, I've had a ton of fun with before I even had VR. I used to play it on the Xbox. I think it was free with Game Pass 1 month. But now, I can finally play it on VR, and I am super excited. So, let's get right into it. So, what we have here is a game where time only moves when you move. So you'll see me eventually moving my hands around when there's nothing to do, because you can't move your body because you don't want to run into stuff, you know? That's kind of not what VR is meant to be. You're not supposed to be moving around. It can get dangerous in games like this, especially when you have stuff in your surroundings and you can't see it when you have the headset on. So you have to be very aware. You'll see me at the beginning kind of giving myself some space from the wall. I like to have like an arm's length around from the wall. I have had my fair share of experience with kind of hitting stuff by accident. I mean, obviously you're not going to break much because there is the little rubber pieces on the end of the Move controller, and that will also save your face. I have hit myself in the head a few times, I'm not going to lie. But yeah, it's not that big of a deal, but I think it's more so the safety of like in case you throw them or let go, or if you have like an open beverage on your table, you don't want to knock that over. I have almost done that once, but thankfully I have not run into any problems with that. And while this game does require you to have quite a bit of space, I would say that's just a VR problem, not the game itself. All games generally have to have you move your hands around in a good open area. So getting into the gameplay, I found this kind of easy, for me at least. I know the demo can give some people a bit of trouble once it goes on for a while, because it does get progressively harder. But for me, I don't know, maybe it's just because I've played it before. It wasn't too difficult, and I really enjoyed it. It makes you feel like you're actually in the game. You can see your hands, the depth of the surroundings is like amazing. I really felt like I was there, and that's exactly what you want out of a VR game. I did find it was a little tricky trying to grab guns out of people's hands just because of the distance that I have that the camera kind of picks up. It doesn't really always extend far enough, and I tend to be reaching like off camera sometimes and I can't pick stuff up. But that's probably just because of my setup, and my desk does extend pretty far out, I'd say. This game does an excellent job at not making anything too slow. You'll see in some cases I'm kind of anticipating if the guy's going to shoot or not, if he's going to come running at me. And sometimes they do play like tricks on you. They'll come running towards you with a gun and not shoot, and then they'll run backwards, and you're like, oh, so I could have grabbed the gun? But sometimes they don't come close enough to you for you to do that. So you do really have to think about what you're going to do, like you're in a real life scenario. I did notice that shooting the guns is very easy, and aiming isn't that hard as long as you know how fast around you think they're going compared to the bullet speed. Then you can easily just take out enemies. But when you don't have a gun, I feel like punching is honestly easier than throwing stuff for me. Throwing stuff, I feel like I'm very inaccurate and I can never hit my targets. I mean, that could just be my uncoordinated self, but I'm assuming other people have kind of the same experience with it as well. Wrapping this video up, I can honestly say that I will be buying this game for the PlayStation. Although I have it on the Xbox, like I said before, I really want to play this through in VR, and the experience you have just while playing it, this wasn't even my first time. I've played it a few times before, just the demo, and that's how good it is. Like, I wanted to go back and play the demo again, even though it's the exact same levels over and over again. So I'm definitely going to be buying it. I would give this a 10 out of 10, and I would definitely recommend this game to anyone if you have the PlayStation VR, or if you can play it on any other VR device that you may have. So, I hope you enjoyed the first part of this new series that I'm making, and as always, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next one.